Hello and welcome back to Module 6 of this European SchoolNet Academy course on games in schools. We're talking about why it's important to teach about games. Remember, at the back of our heads, we've got a very strong theme here about internet safety and responsible use, specifically around the use of games and games consoles, mobile phones and other handheld gaming devices. We've talked a little bit about PEGI and parental controls. In this unit, we're going to talk a little bit about the evolution of games. And I think it's really important that we understand that games have changed. Right? Computer games have changed. People playing computer games have changed. The types of computer games have changed. Who would have ever thought 10 years ago that you would get a premium quality computer game that would be given away for free to create this freemium brand, and then only when you started playing the game, would you be asked for very small amounts of money to upgrade, or to get bonus points. This concept of freemium coming around. And indeed, these freemium games are just one example of about how games have changed. But it's important that when we think about computer games and teaching about computer games in school, we also include this as part of, our financial literacy lessons, right? Because again, all over Europe, certainly a lot in the UK, we've got lots of people running up these in-app purchases, maybe without their parents knowing because it's linked to a credit card account, and then people are getting these very big bills. Some headline factors here, £1,700, that's a lot of money. £900 being racked up on these virtual games. So it's important that we understand that games have changed. And it's important that we also understand that the financial models of how you purchase a game, has changed as well. And they've changed in lots of ways, haven't they? If I look back at the evolution of one of the most famous video game characters of all time, Mario, we can see how he's changed from that arcade classic mode into that mode that he's in now today, in 2014, because the graphics, of video games have really improved. We know that kids are playing video games now on high definition screens. Sometimes we know that kids are playing video games on projected high definition projectors. It's a lot more immersive, right? Games are looking a lot more real than perhaps they looked like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, certainly 30 years ago. The games are very real. And it's not just that the games are real in terms of the way that they look. Games are also now very real in the way that they sound. All right, so kids are having this really quite immersive, experience. If you shoot a gun in a game, the reason that it sounds so realistic is because it will be recorded gunfire, which is then being spread across. They look real and they sound real. And the interesting thing about games as things move along is that games are even starting to feel real now as well. These are some peripherals which are available for games consoles, so that if you get shot in the game, it's got compressed air canisters in it. You can feel, a bit of pressure on your head, or you can feel a bit of pressure on your body armor. Games are looking real, sounding real. They're even starting to feel real. Yet, there are some games which are still highly inappropriate. This is a game where the killing move is that you have to, reach over somebody and sort of strangle them to death as you escape from your mental asylum. So games are looking real, sounding real, they're feeling real, they're still asking you to do inappropriate things. And of course, with the advent of things like the Xbox Kinect, is that now you don't even have to use the controller to do this. You can start to simulate some of these activities as well. And what's my point? Well, my point is that if games are looking real, sounding real, feeling real, and you're doing real things, then in the past it was very easy for children to differentiate between what was fantasy and what was reality. Yeah, but my argument here is that perhaps with all of these factors now in place, maybe some of these boundaries will become, a little bit blurred. And that's why it's very important that we're constantly talking to children about their gameplay experiences and about what they're doing online.